Hello friends, Namaste. So today I am going to teach you five very important pranayam which you can practice every day and you should practice every day. So now before you start practice of pranayam, you have to find a calm and a quiet place and you have to sit with your spine straight. So you can take any of the position, you can sit into Sukhasana, you can sit into Siddhasana, you can also sit into Vajrasana. So any pose where you are able to keep your spine straight. So from your tailbone till top of your head, the spine should come into a straight position. If you are not comfortable sitting on the ground, you can also sit on a chair with back support and sit comfortably. And it will be a very good if you can find a place which is filled with oxygen, surrounded with lot of trees. Basically, whenever we do pranayam, our breathing becomes more. Our inhalation capacity will be more, so we will take more amount of air compared to a normal breathing. So if it is surrounded by pollution free, filled with oxygen, so that's the morning time, and if you have tree around, you can go to your terrace. So that would be an ideal place to practice. So those five pranayam, out of those five pranayam, our first pranayam is called Bhastrika. So why we do this pranayam? Because this pranayam will help you to activate your breathing, as well as it will help you to clear your air passage. So your breathing becomes very smooth. So if you do this pranayam first, the rest of the pranayam will become much more easier. So now let us learn how to practice this pranayam. So in Bhastrika, both our inhalation and exhalation are active and are forceful. So there is no passive breathing, it is active. Second thing, throughout the pranayam, your mouth remains closed. You are breathing only through your nose. So there is no opening of the mouth while practicing the pranayam. Now, third thing is, in this pranayam, we connect our body movement with the breathing. So either shoulder movement or arm movement, so which I am going to teach. So you can sit into any comfortable position, either with chin mudra, touching tip of your index finger with thumb, or you can also place your hands on your knees like this, or you can also do Prapti mudra, forming a cup out of your hands and placing on your knees. Now, so I feel comfortable with this position. As you inhale, you have to raise your shoulders. As you exhale, you have to bring your shoulders down. I'll just demonstrate first. So complete inhalation, where your lungs will expand to its maximum capacity, and again try to empty your lungs completely as you exhale. So here again there are two ways. So either you can breathe slowly or you can do it fast. So it can be slow like this or fast. So same breathing pattern, but speed varies. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest you that you start with a slow speed. Now there is one more variation in this regarding the body movements. Instead of using your shoulders, you can use your arm movements. So many people find this more easier and comfortable. So where you keep your hands like this. Now as you inhale with your elbows folded, stretch your hands over your head. As you exhale, you have to make a fist and get it close to your body. So this gives you more strength to breathe. Inhale. And you can also do it fast. So some people find this more comfortable and easier than moving shoulders. It's again your personal choice, whichever you feel comfortable. So moment you do this, so initially if you are a beginner, you please start with the 2 minutes, and then later you can do it up to 5 minutes. So moment you finish this pranayam, you will feel your breathing will become very smooth, your nostril will open up. Okay, so then it's time to practice Kapalbhati. So Kapalbhati, in Kapalbhati, only your exhale is active. So active means control and with the force. Passive means happening naturally. So there in the first pranayam, inhale and exhale both were active. Here only your exhale is active. So you have to exhale through your nose And when you exhale, you have to contract your abdominal muscle. So it will automatically happen if the technique which I tell you, if you learn there. So to make you understand is, because this is the most difficult pranayam to learn. Once you learn, it's not very difficult. So inhale is passive. You're not keeping any control over your inhale. Only focus on exhale. So how to learn it? So for an example, if you have a candle, and if you want to blow a candle, what exactly you do? Candle is a little far. If you have to blow it in a one blow, if you through your mouth, you do like this. Now imagine if you have to blow the same candle exhaling through your nose, what will you do? So it is sniffing. So it is exhale, sniffing through your nose. Then automatically, when you do that, your abdominal muscle will contract. So again, in this particular pranayam, the speed varies. If you're a beginner, you can do with the slow pace. As your practice increase, you can increase the speed. So I'll just demonstrate to you. So here you can use this chin mudra. So I feel more comfortable with chin mudra. So back straight, eyes closed, and so you can do. So most preferred position for this particular pranayam is said to be Vajrasana. So why? Because in Vajrasana you can keep your spine straight with minimum discomfort. You can do like this. So only for the people who are not comfortable sitting in this pose can start Sukhasana or a Siddhasana. So now once you are done with this two pranayam, your breathing will become much smoother and easier. Your nose will completely 100% it will be open. You can feel that you will not find any difficulty in breathing, and when you close your eyes and breathe, you can feel your both the nostrils are quite open. So next one is Anulom Vilom. So now we are ready for Anulom Vilom after practicing first two pranayam. So for Anulom Vilom, you have to hold Vishnu Mudra. So where you separate your both the fingers, the thumb is like this. Now place your right thumb on your right nostril. So I would like to teach you this technique. I'll just come closer, which most of the people doesn't know. So most of the people, they keep their nose on their nostril at the bottom. But what I want you to do is you have to palpate your nasal bone. So once you palpate that, and when you start sliding down, so where your nasal bone ends and where the cartilage starts. So if you find that point, so at that point, if you apply a little pressure, you need not to apply a pressure. The moment your thumb touches there, your breathing will automatically stop. So instead of holding it here and changing the shape of your nose, you can just slide your hands down from your nasal bone, and just a touch of tip of your thumb will block your the breathing of that particular nostril. And same way you can close the other side with your little finger. So just touch here, and your breathing from that nostril will get completely blocked. So you have to place your hands like this. So first you have to breathe through your left nostril. So inhale through left nostril. Then close your left nostril and exhale through right nostril. After complete exhale, inhale through right. After complete inhale, close your right nostril and exhale through left nostril. So that was this entire thing was a one cycle where you start inhaling from left nostril, exhale through right, then inhale through right and exhale through left. So now two things you have to remember. First one is you have to breathe as deep as possible. And second thing is, when you breathe, your breathing sound should not hurt. So that means you have to breathe very gently. So the moment you try to breathe fast, you will hear the breathing sound. So that should not come. So when you do that, when you breathe gently, automatically your inhale as well as exhale will become long, and you will get a maximum benefit of this pranayam. So once we are done with Anulom Vilom, so next we have to move to Brahmari pranayam. So in Brahmari pranayam, again you can sit into any comfortable position as I mentioned earlier. So with tip of your thumbs, you have to close your smaller earlobes. I'll just come closer and show you. So you have to close this part of your ears. You're not piercing your thumb inside nose, but you are inside ear. But you are just closing your ear like this. Okay, so with gentle, little harder than a gentle pressure. So where it should get complete blocked. So same way, right and left. Now you have to place your index finger just above your eyebrow. And with remaining three fingers, you have to close your eyes very gently without giving much pressure, but you have to make sure that everything should turn dark. Now you have to inhale through your nose, and while exhaling through your nose you have to make a humming sound somewhat like this. So again, you have to inhale completely and exhale. Humming sound should be as long as possible until unless you completely finish your exhalation. Now, if you get tired holding your arms like this, you can also keep your hands like this. Arm position doesn't matter. It's okay. If you're comfortable, if you're strong with your shoulder, you can keep. But moment you feel, no, it's painful to my shoulder, you can just drop them like this. So again, this you can practice for 18 to 20 times. And the previous Kapalabhati I forgot to mention that you can practice for 5 to 10 minutes. And with practice, you can take it up to 20 minutes and half an hour also. So our next pranayam is Shitali pranayam. So which basically helps to cool down our body. So there are two ways of practicing Shitali pranayam. First one, where you have to stick your tongue out. So again, mudra, as I said, you can do chin mudra, you can place your hands like this. You can also do a prana mudra. So it's based on your comfort. So how you feel more comfortable, the hand position or mudra, it's your personal choice. So you have to stick your tongue out and you have to roll your tongue, make a tube out of your tongue. Then you have to inhale through your mouth. So you will feel the cool air getting into your lungs. Then you have to close your mouth and exhale through your nose. So remember, you should never exhale through your mouth, because the moment you will exhale through your mouth, the coolness of your mouth will go, it may become warm. And it is advisable before starting Shitali Pranayam, if you sip little water and if you make your mouth little wet, it will give even more better effect. So I'll just demonstrate to you. You stick your tongue out and form a tube. And if you want, you can also add a movement to it. So as you inhale, you have to lift your head up, and as you exhale, you have to drop your head down. So somewhat like this. Now, for those people who are not able to roll that tongue that way, you can also practice something called Shitkari Pranayam, which also has a similar effect, where you have to clench your teeth, open your lips, and inhale through your teeth and exhale through your nose. I'll just try to demonstrate. So this particular pranayam will help you to cool down your body. So these were the 5 most effective, most important pranayam which you can practice every day, and I feel you should practice it every day. Please, if you have any doubt, any query regarding this, if you need any further explanation which I would have missed of this pranayam, you can just put it in a comment and I'll surely get back to you. And if you find this video useful, please press the like button and please share with your friends and a family member you feel are in a need. And if you haven't subscribed my channel yet, please subscribe my channel. Thank you. Namaste.